Hello all. So today what I wanted to talk to you about was World War III and how each nation is spending so much money and time. Let's go look at just seeing what the US has spent on war since 2011. Okay, from 2001 to 2014, the war spending just for Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan is 4.4 trillion. Just in the U.S. expenditure for war. Let's break that down a little bit. Some of the money, like 1.4 trillion, goes for allocation for war. Then they have a base budget in 2012 they approved of 836 billion. So you have international assistance for these three countries after the war and during the war. That's 104 billion. Then you have the interest paid from 2001 to 2013, 316 billion. Then you have Homeland Security, 470 billion. And it keeps going. So I'm on a ride this morning, and started out at about 50 degrees, then went down to about 43 down in the lower areas, and then I got up over here, over in the North Bay of San Francisco in the U.S., and I was going down this dirt road, and right where I'm at right here, it's probably 57, maybe even 60. But right down here, right down there, it's probably a good 30 degrees colder. It's too cold to even stand and film. That's where I wanted to film, and here comes a vehicle. Okay, we haven't even got to the veterans care part of this whole money thing yet. How much has it cost, and how much is it going to cost for veterans care services? Medicaid, different programs. I mean, let's go look at those numbers. Okay. Veterans care so far from 2011 to 2014 has been $160 billion, and the Congress just allocated more money for that because you're coming out with 2 million veterans now that are going to need care from just these three wars. Future care spending by the year 2023 will equal $1 trillion. By 2050, it's $7 trillion just for the care of the veterans of just these three wars. Obama, since he's been in office, has bombed 37 different countries. That means there's a possibility we may be going to war with over 37 countries. Look at the cost and look at the budget deficit of the U.S. and interest rates being paid on the deficit and the debt here in the U.S. Let's go take a look at the U.S. debt clock.
Hi, this is Sharon, your local group.
There's the entire debt, and here's the interest on the debt. That's 18 trillion. This number here, 59 trillion. There's no way we'll ever pay that off. So all the future wars, just like the last ones that we just talked about, are all going to be getting their funding by borrowing. World War II and World War I, they got their funding through war bonds and other means, but the war was paid for as it was happening. We're just borrowing. We're just setting the bill to our children. Even ourselves are going to get billed more and more and more. So I have to ask you, since we know what's going on, what do you guys think about this thing where our money here in the U.S. is used for both sides of a war so that it can keep the military-industrial complex going? Are you guys for it? Are you against it? Give us reasons, That's what this channel's about. Let me know what your thinking is. Is it war regardless of whether it was cooked up by the U.S. or not, just because you're sick of seeing all this civilian deaths and carnage going on? I mean, it's always the civilians that suffer. Where's the politicians ever suffer other than Saddam? And who's that other guy they were looking for? Yeah, and dumped in the ocean. It just completely disgusts me that the people here in the U.S. are so for more war. World War III, bring it on, they say. I was talking to somebody the other day. They said, who cares? Bring it on. Let's do it. We can whip anybody, they said, regardless of cause or anything. You know, I've been noticing that there does seem to be a cycle of violence in humans. And if you take every piece of violence that's happened that's major from Roman time all the way through to present, you know, it's constant. 50, 60 years you get violence. And it's usually worldwide. You know, it just spreads all over the continent. And so I guess I'm just venting, but I really am against war. It's time to go over to the Tower of Truth and see whether or not World War III will start in the next 2 years. So like before, we'll use the red. We'll make sure the lines are lined up. Fuse the dice with the Tower of Truth, which has been done. Give it a shake. Now remember, this is the up roll. This is the yes side. There's a yes side and a no side. Whatever the last number is what the truth is, whether it's yes or no. So is there war in the next 2 years? World War III. It says 6 up. Alright, now for the no side. Go ahead, make sure everything's lined up. Almost had it lined up with the wrong node. Fuse it with the Tower of Truth, and here comes the no answer. This is our final answer. And the final answer to whether there's war in 2 years, world war in 2 years, 5. Oh, that's interesting. Here's the starting position, and after coming down 5, it's 1 up. So that is a yes answer, but just barely. So maybe there is a good chance that World War III will start within 2 years, but it's barely a chance, according to the Tower of Truth. Oh, let's hope that people no longer vote for corporate candidates and actually study the alternative candidates to see what we can do about disarming the corporations and stopping the military-industrial complex. And I really appreciate the comments on the videos and the ups and the downs and the spreading the word around. And the last video I announced I was moving. The move has been put off until at least the end of April, so we're going to continue on with the videos as normal. Till next time.